Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is wild mountain blueberry, and the ill weather has arrived. It's only going to be in the 20s and teens for the next week. Yuck. We have a dusting of very wet, slippery snow out there today. Not much. Just a little bit, but the wind is really blowing. And I guess this storm front has been working its way east, because I know some of you have talked about the storm being where you live. So anyway, I guess winter has arrived finally, which I'm not real thrilled about, but well, some people like it. If you ski or go snowshoeing or something like that, I imagine you guys are happy, but I don't like it. Not one bit. I would consider moving somewhere warm, but my family's here, and I can't leave my family. So I'll just tolerate the winters. I've lived here most of my life. My parents immigrated here when I was 4. So I consider myself a native at this point. So anyway, a nice warm cup of coffee will be much appreciated this morning. My mom's still here. She's still sleeping. She's been sleeping a lot, but anesthesia will do that to you. I know after I got my hip replaced, I wanted to sleep for like a week. And then I was fine. But I guess it takes a while for that to get out of your system. So that's not unusual. And at 94, you sleep a lot anyway. It's like babies sleep a lot too. So we kind of revert back to that state, I think, as we grow older. We become more dependent, and that's just life. Okay, ooh, this is full. Cheers. Oh, that's so good. So I think my mom wants to go home today. Whether she sleeps here or sleeps at home doesn't really matter. So it's up to her. She can stay if she wants. And if she wants to go home, then I'll take her home later on today. But we'll see how it goes. So, anyway, I think I'm going to go enjoy my coffee while it's still hot. And then I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. I stayed home with my mom. We had a nice dinner, and it was starting to get nasty out, so we just stayed inside. And it's really nice to be debt-free. So I highly recommend, if you have a way to get there, that you do so. Now, I took some money out of my savings to finish paying off my car, and that was out of my retirement savings, which I don't touch normally, but I got tired of nickel and diming myself here, so I just took the plunge and took the money out of there. So I'm glad about that, because now I'll save an interest, and that'll be a $360-some payment that I won't have to worry about. So I'm glad I did that, and then I'm going to try and save up the money again. I should be able to do that, and if I stay on budget and live frugally, I should be able to do that. Now, I'm not going to live like a miser. I still want to live abundantly, but there's really nothing that I need anymore. You know, I have everything I need. Really, the only thing is some fresh food every now and then, maybe some articles of clothing when I get tired of what I have. I'm not going to live like a poor person if I don't have to, but I'm also not going to live like a rich person when I'm not. So I'm still on a low income, and I want to continue to live within that budget as best I can, because I would rather keep the money for myself than spend it on retailers and making them wealthy. So anyway, that's my take on it. You know, get what you need, occasionally get what you want, and stay out of debt. All right, I'll be back. 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. Day number 67. Once mastered, you will consider organizing to be an incredibly cleansing and empowering process, an exhilarating way of freeing yourself up and maintaining a steady life course in a complex world. Julie Morgenstern. Does it sometimes feel like a blizzard has landed on your desk? If you are constantly digging through papers to find what you need, organizing your papers and creating a filing system can make work simpler and less time-consuming. Start by sorting papers in order of importance. Invest in filing systems or organizers that help you tame your papers. Have a place for everything and keep up with your to-be-filed box. Be ruthless in eliminating papers you no longer need. When you keep paper in its place, you have control over it instead of it having control over you. Set aside a box or basket for newspapers to recycle. Donate old magazines to medical offices or nursing homes. All right, well, here I am in one of my spare bedrooms. I have to take all this stuff down. It's where I used to start my indoor plants, but since I won't be doing that indoors anymore and I'll be doing the winter sowing, I don't need this anymore. So this will all be going outside, and I'll have some extra shelving out there for plants when the time comes. But I do plan on downsizing my garden still more. Every year I do a little bit less until I'm comfortable. So today the power went out, and it's like, oh great, I've got my mom here and it's going to get cold, and you know, it was just kind of a situation where you don't want to be in that situation. Well, apparently a tree had fallen and taken out some power lines, but fortunately it happened at a busy intersection. So they had to, of course, have the police there and to direct traffic because it knocked the traffic lights out. So they were a little quicker at getting to the spot to fix it, thank God. So, but anyway, I thought, well, you know, I wanted to make some tea, and I thought, well, I have my little emergency stove, and I'll just put a little pan of water on there, and then I can make us some tea. Well, I couldn't get it lit, so that was a bust. Then I have all these lanterns that, you know, are for emergencies, and I hadn't recharged those, so that was a bust. So, lesson learned, keep your stuff charged. I mean, I could have put batteries in the lanterns, but I didn't. So, and it was still daytime, but I was thinking at night we'd need more light. So, and I do have spare batteries. The problem is when you store batteries, they never last that long. I know they say, oh, it'll last 10 years, and then you put it in whatever you're trying to power up, and you know, it lasts an hour or two and then it's done. So the lesson I learned today was it's wonderful to have prep things, but it's also a really good idea to have everything available where you need it, because I couldn't find the butane either at first. It's like, now where did I put that? And of course it's in the garage, which is a mess that I still have to get to. So I did remember sort of where it was, and I was hoping it was there, and it was. But then when I got it all put together, I couldn't get it to work. So testing out your prep things before you need them might be a really good idea. So you live and learn. But fortunately, the power did not stay out that long, and it didn't get that cold in the house. I do have a tank of propane in the garage, and I also have a couple of propane heaters, so that would have gone okay, but it was a lesson learned in what I actually need. You know, you try and think ahead for all these things that potentially could be a disaster, but then until it actually happens, you don't always get it. You know, you don't always get it right. Let me put it that way. So, but all's well that ends well, and it was a lesson learned, like I said. So now, before I put my stuff away, I'm going to make sure that I charge my lanterns, you know, and I'm going to see what I can do to get the stove lit. I'm sure it was operator error because I've never used it before. But, yeah, so if you're a prepper, you know, test out your stuff. Do a fake run of going through all your stuff. Now, fortunately, I had a lot of big candles and things that I lit, and it stayed nice and warm in the house. But it would have taken some time to get everything set up to keep us warm. So for the rest of the winter, I'm going to, even if I'm not going to clean my garage right now, I'm definitely going to put these things in an area where I can get to them quickly, so, you know, it doesn't get too cold in the house. So anyway, that was my big adventure for the day. My mom's still here, so she'll spend the night here again tonight. My daughter's supposed to come and bring us some pizza and spend a little time over here, which will be nice. But, yeah, you know, it's an adjustment, you know, when somebody stays with you, because, you know, I know Mom's getting bored. She doesn't have her things here, and so we sit around a lot. We sit around in the kitchen, and then we go sit around in the living room, and then we sit around in the kitchen again. So it's difficult for her, you know. I mean, I'm okay, but it's difficult for her, and I can see that. So, and I want to spend time with her. You know, I don't want to just say, go sit in that chair and don't move. But the dogs have been really good with her, which is a relief to me, because for me that was a big worry, you know, because, well, they're dogs, and they did bowl me over once because they get a little over enthusiastic, but they're a lot older now than they were back then, but they still get a little crazy. So, but it's all working out just fine. So anyway, I got to get back to Mom. It's a little difficult making the videos with Mom here, because I kind of have to, you know, park her somewhere and say, I'll be back in a few minutes. So, but she's fine with it, you know. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to sign off. That's all I have for you today. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.